Good morning, everybody. I am coming to you live from the house on this lazy Saturday morning because I've got breaking news. Yes. A girl has been up since 4 a.m. moving and shaking out here in these political streets so that I can bring this information to you. Yes, your girl has found who the internal staffer is that posted that horrifically racist video to Donald Trump's page over on True Social. Yes, I have been up early since before the sun rose trying to get this information. I am on my second cup of coffee, but it has all paid off. I have been able to get a photograph of who the internal staffer is who posted that disgustingly racist video to Donald Trump's page over on True Social. But before we get into it, while I was out there maneuvering through those political streets, I took a few detours because I wanted to know what Donald Trump's biggest Black MAGA supporters were saying about that horrifically racist video that he posted. Here is one of his biggest Black supporters over on the TikTok. Here is what he had to say about Donald Trump posting that horrific video to his page.
Okay, now pay attention to this. The people who were the loudest about this post that was posted by a staffer, not even Trump himself, the staffer was being lazy, probably trying to get things done quick and didn't cut out part of the screen recording. That's when this part came up on the screen. But notice the same people who were pushing this all over the internet and talking about it and all this and that, they're quiet about things like this that have recently been happening in Minnesota. I'm going to give you two examples. Both of these have recently happened in Minnesota. Oh, you're black! Watch out! Watch your fucking mouth! So she tells him he's black and she says next. So we've got leftists in Minnesota calling people, and then we've got DHS agents who are telling these people to watch their mouths. So the leftists in Minnesota are calling people Nick, and the racist agents are the ones telling the leftists calling people watch their mouths. Let's think about that for a second. All right, here's another example. Here's another leftist in Minnesota calling a federal agent a house. Now let's think about this. All the people who are all over this Trump post, have you heard them talking about this? Have you seen the left calling out this abhorrent behavior? Have you seen them doing that in mass? No, they've been quiet. They like to act like this never happened. They're essentially saying, yeah, it's fine. Go ahead and call black agents. They're nice anyway. Again, it's all about narrative control. We are in a propaganda war. If you don't know that, you should be aware of that. We're in a propaganda war. They're not principled. They don't care about being racist. They care about winning politically. That's why you can have leftists in Minnesota calling black agents on camera and recording it, and the left does nothing about it. Again, you're not seeing the left come out in mass and condemn this behavior or try to cancel these people. You're not seeing any of that. They're just letting it happen because they truly don't care. They just use black people as political pawns. I just want to point out the hypocrisy and the selective outrage that's currently happening.
Yes, that is right. He has absolutely nothing to say about Donald Trump's racist post that he made over on True Social. And just to be clear, he doesn't care about leftist people calling black ICE agents the N-word. He doesn't care. He is using those scenarios as a political pawn. Because if he cared about those people using the N-word towards black ICE agents, he could say exactly what it is that I am getting ready to say. Donald Trump was wrong for posting that disgusting video to his page, and those people hurling the N-word at those ICE agents, they are wrong too. All of them are disgusting, including that content creator. And so from there, I took a right turn out there in those political streets, and I made a stop over at Terrence Williams Boulevard. He is another Black MAGA that heavily supports Donald Trump and the Republicans. And this is what he had to say about that disgusting video that Donald Trump posted to his page. Fake news alert. Trump didn't post this monkey video of the Obamas. Lying Democrats. It's not on his page. Fake screenshot. And once he made that post, he was community noted. And the community note says the claimed fake screenshot depicts a real video posted by Trump on Truth Social with the monkey clip at the end. And so he had to come back. And when he came back, first he said it was fake news. And now he comes back and he says this. If you're waiting for me to condemn Trump, stop waiting, and here's my full statement. I don't condone Trump because I genuinely do not care. And if we're being honest, I posted that entire jungle parody video last year and thought it was hilarious. What I find real funny is this. The same people who make racist remarks, who call me and other Black Republicans coons, who Photoshop raccoons onto our faces and turn us into animals, somehow want me to be outraged and condemn Trump over a clip from a video that wasn't even about Barack Obama or Michelle Obama in the first place. That's one of the most racist things you can do to a Black person. But you want to lecture me on racism. This is also a fact. So he is still standing by that. The fact, his original post, he's still thinking that's fact, that it's fake news. This is also a fact. The small clip people are mad about was part of a screen recording. It was not the focus of the video on his page, and it wasn't the purpose of what was posted. A staffer posted it, not him. Y'all are trying to turn something into a scandal that simply isn't one. And while we're on the topic of Obama, in my opinion, he was one of the worst presidents we ever had. You won't get me to defend him. As for the Black community, I believe Trump did more than Obama ever did. That's how I see it. And make no mistake, I will never, ever join the side of the Democrats. You will not get me to support Democrats. I'm not doing it. I'm not joining them at all. And that is exactly why they call him a Keynesian. Yeah, because he cannot stand up against racism because he's too busy standing up for white supremacy. There are Black Republicans that we don't call coons because they may identify and like the policy, not Donald Trump's policies. He really doesn't have any. But they stand up against racism. They can call out racism. Truth be told, there are a lot of Black Republicans who now identify as independents. Why? Because they cannot tolerate the racism coming from Donald Trump and the Republican Party. But yet, they still like the conservatism of the Republican Party and when it comes to their true policies. I mean, even Tim Scott, a Black Republican who fully and 100% supports Donald Trump, had to take a step back and come out and say, praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. The president should remove it. Now, peeps, never mind that we've seen a lot of racist things coming from Donald Trump and the Republican Party. Even Tim Scott had to come out and acknowledge that that post from Donald Trump was racist. And from there, I took a left and went down Byron Donalds' lane to see what he had to say about the situation. Y'all know Byron Donalds, congressman out of the state of Florida that's currently running for governor of the state of Florida. I saw no posts on any of his Twitter accounts of him directly addressing that racist post from Donald Trump. The only thing that I could come across was this quote put into an article by the Tampa Bay Times. Tampa Bay is in Florida. Trump's endorsed candidate in the 2026 Florida governor's race, U.S. Representative Byron Donalds, who is Black, a senior staffer for Donald's campaign, told the Tampa Bay Times on Friday, without elaborating, that, quote, Team Byron Donalds had called the White House and learned that a staffer had let POTUS down, end quote. So Byron Donalds called on over to the White House to inquire about the racist post that Donald Trump posted on his Truth Social page, and they told him that it was a staffer who posted it. And Byron Donalds was A-OK with that. And from there, I made a U-turn and made my way back to Wesley Hunt Circle. Wesley Hunt is a candidate for Senate out of the state of Texas. He too is also a Black man who is a Donald Trump supporter, a MAGA supporter, a member or a resident of the town called Cunesian. Here's what he had to say about the situation. Oh, my bad. After I couldn't find anything out there on social media, I asked Alfred, and I forgot. Alfred told me that there are no confirmed reports from Representative Wesley Hunt making a public statement on President Donald Trump's recent social media post depicting the Obamas as primates, which was shared on Truth Social on February 6, 2026, and later deleted amid backlash. So for all of you that are out there who live and vote in Wesley Hunt's district in the state of Texas, I want you to know that silence is a statement. Vote accordingly when you get into the voting booth. And my last stop was over there on Brandon Tatum, Officer Tatum Way. I went over there to see what he had to say about the situation. If you don't know about Officer Tatum, he too is a MAGA Donald Trump supporter. He had nothing to say about said situation. I checked his TikTok accounts, I checked his YouTube accounts, and I checked his Twitter page, and there was nothing posted from Officer Brandon Tatum. With all of that said, I started this video telling you that I got the inside scoop on who the internal staffer is that made this huge mistake of posting this racist video to Donald Trump's page. Here he is. Yes, the internal staffer himself is none other than Donald Trump. Here's one angle of Donald Trump, and here is another angle of Donald Trump. This is your alleged staffer that posted the racist video to Donald Trump's page. Thank y'all for tuning in to this breaking news report. Get down in the comments and let me know your thoughts on all of this information. We'll continue the conversation down there. Okay, if you've come across this breaking news report and are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I would be happy to have you. All right, y'all. Y'all have a fantastic Saturday.